I grew up in the north, so I understand the mindset out there. I'm telling the truth. So, Kwankwaso, if you are hearing me, see, the best thing you can do for your people is let them begin to think outside the box. Let them think that yes, it's alright to have a Christian president. Funny enough, all this while I was doing political analysis, I've not been able to talk about um Peter Obi. I've not really talked about Peter Obi as much as I am behind 1000% behind Peter Obi. I've not spoken about him for a while. But this might be our first start of him. Now Peter Obi has joined ADC as everyone already, you know, rightly seen and projected, and is most likely to be their presidential flag bearer. Although we're having a Kwankwaso saying that he's going to come as vice president, otherwise he won't join ADC. Kwankwaso has everything to lose. If he has to be politically relevant, he has to be part of ADC. You understand? Kwankwaso is more like Wiki. Those people, they don't have to, they are only back, but they don't have to bite. They don't have to bite. Alright? So, Kwankwaso, if anybody is seeing this video and you are close to Kwankwaso, share this video to him. Tell him that I say that that there is no power he has now because the power belongs to APC in Kanu. And you know that Kanu are not really, these northerners, they are just like sheep. Once you drag one person, everybody will follow. The other people will not ask questions. And that is very bad, though. It's very bad that northerners do not allow their people to think. It's wrong. Very, very wrong. You don't allow your people to think. You just grab one person, everybody follow. You don't have the sheep. If you want all the sheep now, if you have the head of sheep, and you want all of them to cross a particular, let's say, there's a covert with what? Something on top, you want them to cross. Don't bother too much. Don't try to force all of them. Just any one of them. Drag that one. Once that one cross over and you are at the other side, every other one will follow. You understand? It's not good that northerners do not think. Like, they don't have time to think. They're not given the opportunity to reason by themselves. This has nothing to do with education. It has everything to do with indoctrination. In the name of Islam, you hear them use the name, religious slurs and languages and begin to talk rubbish and indoctrinate every one of them. You only have few people here and there. Even the few people, trust me, they are not totally free. Oh God, I wish you understand. I grew up in the north, alright? I grew up in the north, so I understand the mindset out there. I'm telling the truth. So, Kwankwaso, if you are hearing me, see, the best thing you can do for your people is let them begin to think outside the box. Let them think that yes, it's alright to have a Christian president, it's alright to have a Christian brother, it's alright to support a Christian candidate, it's alright. Start talking, start talking. Start removing these people from where you could put them. That place where they put them, all of them in one basket, start removing them. Let them be free. Let them think freely. There's no difference between the northern mindset now and radical Islamist mindset, or even the left, you know, the democratic people in the United States and the UK. People that think one way. There's no difference. Like, one person will just come and talk, everybody will follow. Nobody reasons. It's different in the south, we reason. In the west, south, east, we reason. Someone cannot just come and say rubbish. No, we take very well. Although there are still some people that move like, but not as much as you have in the north. Kwankwaso, listen, even if you don't get the vice presidential ticket, it might look as if Kwankwaso getting the vice presidential ticket is a win-win for people. No, but that is not when, that is not outside of it. Like, Atiku has to, you know, give his go ahead. That vice presidential ticket should be given to Kwankwaso if Atiku endorses it. If Atiku does not endorse that combination of P2G and Kwankwaso, there's nothing to write home about because the strength that Kwankwaso has in the north is the same strength that Atiku has in the north. In fact, if not more, Atiku is more powerful in the north than Kwankwaso. He has been a public figure for a very long time before Kwankwaso ever showed up. Alright? You understand? Kwankwaso has been serving in the civil, he has been in the public state, but Atiku has been more popular. He was a former vice president, not just former vice president. He has been very, very vocal. You understand? So, Atiku can be vice president to be that's good. It's not that it's bad, but the mindset at this part of the world, it can happen. But one also has to be a vice president, and Atiku has to endorse. If Atiku does not endorse, it should look for somebody else. Maybe that's the former vice presidential candidate to be in during the Labour Party era. You understand what I'm saying? That is also formidable. Is somebody that everyone listens to. So now listen, I tell you the truth. This election, Tinubu already lost it on one condition. If he continues the way he's going. But listen, if Tinubu turn around and bring the prices of living down, the price of housing, you know that housing affects everybody, especially in Lagos. Housing affects people. Abuja, eh? If you can bring the price of housing down, put the policy to bring it down, does everything right, Tinubu is coming back. There's nothing Tinubu can do about it. Yes. Because he will not have that people that will support him. Those people from the western part, it might only be the eastern part that will support him. Every other person will support him if the system is working well. And Tinubu continues to make arrest people that are corrupt, arrest, some of these people, like, we saw the former Attorney General is already facing, you know, facing case with, what do you call it, what do you call it, NAFDAC, is it NAFDAC, what's it, this, they are facing him and he's really having a bit hard time now, you understand? So if more of these people are arrested, especially those people that are sponsoring terrorists, even if he's vice president, see, that vice president Satima does not have any consequence anymore. Just, just, Tinubu has to do something. You need the people. You need the people. It's not this defection. People defecting. These are people that are rigging the election. If you can rig the election, then they can rig the election. Listen, this is the formula. This is the mathematics now. The power that Tinubu has to rig the election is the same power that state government has to rig the election. Now, if Tinubu cannot rig the election, state government cannot rig the election. It's as simple as ABC. So they're coming to come and join you the same thing. It's just like it's the same, literally the same. It has advantage, but it doesn't really suit political dynasty at all. Because all they are depending on that is rigging the election when it comes to presidential election. Alright? I think that's what I'm saying now. When it comes to that presidential election, the only power they have is to rig. And you can't rig. Because any rigging they do on your behalf, Tinubu, is going to affect your name in the global, global face. People are going to, castigate you. Trump will come after you. In fact, they won't even allow you to rig the election in the first place. They will declare you illegitimate president. Listen, once Trump opened his mouth and said, Tinubu, you are illegitimate president, every other person will say you are illegitimate president. France will say that. UK will say that. UN will say that. Everybody will be forced to say what Trump says. That is why you have to be careful with that Trump. Just be careful. I believe you are smart. So don't play with that guy. If you play with Trump, it means that you are very foolish. Eh? You were depending on oppression. You were not smart initially. There's a difference between being smart and being oppressed. The oppressing people. Everybody has come to believe that Tinubu is very smart in the game of politics. But if Tinubu plays with Trump, if he plays with Trump, it means that he was never smart at all. He was depending on his power to oppress. He was always oppressing and using advantage of incumbency, using advantage of money and influence. He was never smart. There was nothing smart about him, and that's a disadvantage. So we are working closely to see how it does to the tune of President Trump. All President Trump wants, I tell you for is don't oppress people. Allow them to make their choice. So Tinubu, you have to come around Nigerians and look for something to do that will bring more Nigerians, to support you. All you need is 40%. You don't need you don't need 50% or more. All you need is just 40% of Nigerians. All you need is 40%. The rest you can read your way and just tell the truth. You can read 40%, but as it is now, you don't have 10% of Nigerians. Tinubu, you don't have 10%. You see all those southern, what do you call it, westerners, Yoruba tribal people that are coming online to come and sing your praises. They are less than 1%. They are less than 1%. The highest number of people you are upset are coming from the north. That 10% is made up of people from the north. You see that one person there coming to come and sing your praise online. They are just 1%. If you think I'm lying, continue with what you are doing. But you want to listen to me, I go online and see these people. I go online, I engage them. You understand? So you have to listen and do what is right. Just put things in order. Go to my video and see some of the things I said that people has to do. Once you do all these things, you are good to go. So P2B is a force that will give Tinubu sleepless night because he carried the lesson. So God bless you. This is Politics with John. Subscribe and we'll see you in another video. Thank you.